In the heart of Spain's Extremadura region, a goat with horns that spiral like ancient fossils has been roaming the mountains for centuries. For generations, it's been an inseparable part of the landscape, a living symbol of the area's rugged spirit. This animal, carved by the harsh terrain of the Sierra de Gredos, is a masterpiece of natural adaptation and a keeper of cultural memory. It scaled peaks where no other livestock would dare and sustained families through the leanest of times. But this iconic symbol of the Spanish wilderness was almost lost forever. This is the story of how the Verata goat was pushed to the very brink of extinction, and the determined, decades-long fight to bring it back. It's a battle that reveals a difficult truth. Sometimes, to save a piece of living history, you have to find its place in the modern world. To really get the Verata goat, you first have to understand Extremadura itself. Its story doesn't begin in a barn. It starts in the ancient mountains that form the border between Cáceres, Ávila, and Toledo. For centuries, this was its kingdom. The name Verata even comes from a local region, La Vera, a land of steep slopes and dramatic seasons. This is a place where only the toughest can thrive, and the Verata absolutely thrived. With strong legs and hard dark hooves, it was perfectly built for this demanding world. While other animals struggled, the Verata moved with an agile confidence, able to survive on the sparse, poor food the mountains offered. This wasn't just an animal, it was an economic engine for the local communities. Goat farming was, and still is, a pillar of life here, turning mountain resources that other animals couldn't use into food and income. The Verata was a dual-purpose masterpiece. Its meat, especially from young kids, was a cherished local delicacy. But its real treasure? That was its milk. It doesn't produce a ton by industrial standards, about 150 liters per lactation, but the quality of Verata milk is extraordinary. The goats graze on wild herbs, juniper, and oak leaves, which infuses their milk with an incredible aromatic flavor. This unique milk is the soul of Queso de La Vera, a traditional cheese that tastes like the landscape itself. For generations, these goats, in herds of 100 to 150, were the quiet, unassuming heartbeat of rural Extremadura. The world was modernizing, and the Verata goat, an animal perfected for an ancient way of life, suddenly looked obsolete. For a time in the mid-20th century, free-roaming goats were seen as a threat to forest conservation, animals that damaged valuable timber. But the bigger threat was economic. The post-war era brought a new philosophy obsessed with one thing: yield. New goat breeds were brought into Spain, like the Saanen and Alpine. These were dairy specialists, producing far more milk than the hardy Verata. For farmers facing growing economic pressure, the choice seemed simple. In a new world of intensive farming, its knack for mountain survival mattered less than the numbers on a milk chart. As farmers abandoned the old ways, the population of purebred Verata goats collapsed. Families who had raised them for generations couldn't compete, and slowly they began to abandon the breed. By the end of the century, the sound of goat bells in the Sierra de Gredos was growing faint. The Verata was being quietly erased from its own homeland. A small group of determined people decided to fight back. They were breeders, scientists, and local officials who knew that losing the Verata meant losing more than just an animal. It meant losing a piece of Spain's genetic heritage and a cornerstone of their culture. The turning point came when the crisis was officially recognized. The Verata was listed as an endangered autochthonous breed in Spain, and in 2001 it was classified as specially protected. This wasn't just a label, it was a lifeline that unlocked government support and organized conservation. Encourage viewers to leave their thoughts in the comments and to check out your other videos on endangered species and conservation efforts.